Welcome to the storyteller. Take a deep breath and pause for a moment. Look around you. How many tabs are open on your screen? How many notifications have popped up in the last hour? How many times have you picked up your phone? Not because you needed to, but because your brain told you to. This is not just your story. This is the story of our entire generation. We live in a world where every second is a competition for our attention. Social media feeds are endless. Videos autoplay before we even think. Games, apps, ads, they're designed to keep us hooked. And little by little, our brain gets trapped in an invisible prison, the prison of dopamine overload. Dopamine, the brain chemical that motivates us, is supposed to push us toward meaningful goals. But today, we are flooding it with empty rewards. Scroll, swipe, like, watch, over and over again. And here's what happens. The more quick dopamine we chase, the harder it becomes to focus. The harder it becomes to stay patient. The harder it becomes to find joy in simple things. You feel it, don't you? That restlessness, that constant need to check your phone, even when there's nothing new. That struggle to sit still and just think. That voice in your head that says, just one more video, one more reel, one more game. This is not your fault. It's how your brain was designed. But here's the truth. If you keep living like this, you wake up one day and realize you've been busy all your life, but not with the things that truly matter. But there's a way out. And this is where our journey begins. This is not just another motivational speech. This is not just theory. This is a 5-chapter transformation, a guide to take you from overstimulation to clarity, from distraction to discipline, from noise to peace. Over the next chapters, here on The Storyteller, I will walk you through the truth about dopamine, how it controls you, and how to take back control. You will hear the story of someone just like you, trapped in the cycle, who breaks free and discovers what life feels like when your mind is truly yours again. By the end of this journey, you will know exactly how to reset your brain. You will know how to escape the endless scrolling trap. You will know how to use technology without letting technology use you. And most importantly, you will find yourself. So sit back, take a slow, deep breath, and let us begin the journey of dopamine detox. Because your mind, your time, and your life are too precious to waste. Chapter 1, The Invisible Prison. Meet Adam. He's 27 years old, a regular guy, just like you, just like me. Every morning, his phone is the first thing he touches. Not his pillow, not a glass of water, not even a deep breath. His alarm rings, and before he even fully opens his eyes, his thumb is already swiping. Notifications, messages, news updates, a quick scroll through Instagram, maybe a few funny reels to wake him up. It feels harmless. After all, everyone does it. But little does Adam know, he has already flooded his brain with dopamine before his feet even touch the ground. And this is where the invisible prison begins. Adam's day is predictable. Wake up, scroll, go to work, check phone during every break, come home, Netflix, gaming, repeat. He tells himself he's tired, so he deserves some me time. But this me time never truly feels like rest. It feels like escaping. And when he tries to do something productive, like read a book, work on a personal project, or simply sit still, his brain feels itchy, like something is missing, like he needs a hit of stimulation right now. So back to the phone he goes, back to the endless scroll. At night, Adam lies in bed. He's exhausted, but his mind is loud. He replays all the videos he watched, the memes, the jokes, the random clips that made him laugh for 2 seconds. And then he feels it, that strange emptiness. He can't explain why, but something deep inside whispers, is this it? Is this what life is supposed to feel like? But he shrugs it off, tells himself tomorrow will be different. Tomorrow he'll be productive. Tomorrow he'll focus. Tomorrow he'll change. But tomorrow comes, and the cycle repeats. The science of the trap. Here's what's happening inside Adam's brain, and maybe inside yours too. Every time Adam scrolls, his brain releases a small shot of dopamine. This feels good, so his brain learns to crave it again. The problem is, this dopamine doesn't come with effort. It's not earned through hard work or real achievement. It's instant, cheap, quick, and the more Adam feeds this cycle, the less sensitive his brain becomes. Now, simple pleasures like sitting in silence, going for a walk, having a deep conversation feel boring. His brain now craves constant stimulation because anything slower feels uncomfortable. This is why Adam struggles to focus on work. This is why he procrastinates. This is why he feels restless when life gets quiet. He is trapped in an invisible prison of dopamine overload. The moment of realization. One Sunday morning, Adam sits at his desk, laptop open. A project deadline is near. But instead of working, he opens YouTube. One video leads to another, and before he knows it, 2 hours are gone. His chest feels tight. He slams the laptop shut, stares at his own reflection in the dark screen, and for the first time, he says out loud, "What is happening to me?" He looks around his room. It's messy. His gym bag is collecting dust. Books he promised to read are untouched. And right there, Adam feels something he hasn't felt in a long time. Clarity. He realizes that it's not just about wasting time. It's about wasting life. And that thought hits him harder than any motivational video ever could. Your wake-up call. Adam's story is not unique. This is my story. This is your story. This is a story of millions of people around the world. We have been tricked into believing that constant stimulation equals happiness. But deep down, we know it doesn't. So this is your wake-up call. Because you cannot change what you do not see. And now you see it. This is a first step. Awareness. In the next chapter, we will dive deeper. We will uncover the science of craving. You will understand why your brain seeks stimulation and how to reprogram it. Because once you understand the science, you gain the power to rewrite your story. And that is exactly what we're going to do. Chapter 2, The Science of Craving. Adam sits at his desk that night, still shaken by a sudden moment of clarity. Something inside him whispers, "You can't keep living like this." So, instead of opening Instagram, instead of playing games, instead of distracting himself, he does something different. He types a question into Google. Why can't I focus anymore? What he finds shocks him. Discovering the truth. Adam learns about dopamine for the very first time. Not in a school biology class. Not in some complicated textbook. But in simple words. Words that feel like they were written for him. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter. A chemical messenger in your brain. It is not just a pleasure chemical, as many people think. It is the motivation chemical. It doesn't just make you feel good. It pushes you to seek more of what gave you that feeling. And suddenly, Adam's entire life starts to make sense. That urge to scroll, that need to check his phone every few minutes, that is to keep playing, keep watching, keep consuming. It wasn't just a bad habit. It was his brain chasing dopamine. The loop of desire. Here's how the loop works. You see something that excites you. A notification, a funny video, a message. Your brain releases dopamine. You feel a small rush. And then your brain says, "That felt good. Let's do it again." So you repeat the action. Scroll again. Click again. Watch again. Each time, your brain rewards you with another tiny shot of dopamine. But here's the dangerous part. Your brain starts to adapt. The more you flood it with quick dopamine, the less sensitive it becomes. What used to excite you for 10 minutes now excites you for 2 minutes. And you find yourself chasing bigger hits. More scrolling, more videos, more stimulation. Until one day, nothing feels exciting anymore. Not work, not reading, not sitting in silence, not real life. The pain of overstimulation. Adam reads story after story of people who feel exactly like him, Burnout, distracted, restless. He learns a new word, overstimulation. When the brain is overstimulated, natural pleasures feel dull. Think about it. When you eat candy every day, a piece of fruit tastes boring. When you scroll through hundreds of memes in an hour, a normal conversation feels slow. When you binge bright, fast, endless content, your brain finds ordinary life unbearably quiet. This is why Adam struggles to work on his goals. His brain is craving fast hits. But real success is slow. Real progress takes effort. And that effort feels painful when your brain is used to instant rewards. The turning point. Adam closes his laptop, his heart pounding. For the first time in years, he sees the pattern clearly. He whispers to himself, "It's not that I'm lazy. It's not that I'm broken. My brain just needs a reset." And at that moment, something powerful awakens inside him. Hope. Because if this is just a brain adaptation, then it can be reversed. The power of reset. Adam reads about something called a dopamine detox, a process where you intentionally cut out quick dopamine hits for a period of time so your brain can become sensitive again to natural rewards. At first, it sounds scary. No phone, no videos, no games, no sugar. But then he realizes this is not about removing joy from life. This is about reclaiming joy from the things that actually matter. This is not about punishing yourself. It is about taking back control. Your brain, your choice, and this is where you come in. If you've been feeling the same way, unfocused, restless, addicted to scrolling, it's not because you're weak. It's because your brain has been trained to chase quick rewards. But just like Adam, you can train it back. You can reset. You can rebuild. You can start craving deep work, not distractions. You can start enjoying silence, not fearing it. And in the next chapter, I will show you exactly how, step by step, day by day, how to break free from the loop, reclaim your mind, and feel alive again. Adam sits on his bed that night, a small smile on his face. For the first time in a long time, he feels in control. He puts his phone on airplane mode, takes out a notebook, and writes just one sentence. Tomorrow, I begin my reset. And tomorrow, my friend, you begin yours too. Chapter 3, The Reset Ritual. Adam wakes up before sunrise. This time, he does something different. He reaches for his phone, but then remembers what he wrote last night. Tomorrow, I begin my reset. His hand pauses midair. He smiles, puts the phone face down, and takes a deep breath. This is the first moment of his dopamine detox. And already, it feels different. Day 1, the discomfort begins. Adam decides to follow a simple plan. No social media, no unnecessary YouTube, no games, no junk food, no mindless entertainment, only essentials. Work, meals, water, and sleep. Everything else will be quiet. At first, it feels exciting. But by mid-morning, the cravings kick in. His mind keeps whispering. Just check for a minute. Just one notification. Just one reel. No one will know. But Adam resists. He goes for a short walk instead. He listens to the sound of his own breathing. He notices the way the sunlight hits the trees. And for the first time in a long time, he feels present. The boredom phase. By afternoon, boredom strikes like a storm. Adam sits at his desk, try to focus on work, but his mind feels heavy. This is the hardest part, because boredom is not the absence of things to do. It is a withdrawal of cheap dopamine. His brain is screaming for stimulation, but Adam stays strong. He drinks a glass of water, writes down his thoughts in a notebook. At first, his handwriting is shaky, his words random, but slowly, something magical happens. His thoughts become clearer. He begins writing about his goals, his fears, his dreams, things he hasn't thought about in months. The evening breakthrough. Night falls. Normally, this is Adam's Netflix time. But tonight, he lights a candle instead. He sits on the floor, closes his eyes, and just listens. At first, it's uncomfortable. The silence feels too loud. But then he feels something he hasn't felt in years. Peace. It's like his brain is finally breathing, like someone just turned off the endless noise, the power of rituals. Over the next few days, Adam creates a simple routine, a reset ritual. 1. Morning silence. Before touching his phone, he spends 10 minutes breathing, stretching, or simply sitting still. 2. Single task work. No multitasking. One task at a time. Deep work. No distractions. 3. Intentional breaks. Instead of scrolling, he takes a short walk, drinks water, or journals. 4. Digital sunset. At night, all screens go off an hour before bed. He reads a physical book or writes in his journal. 5. Sleep reset. He goes to bed at the same time, letting his brain recover naturally, facing the inner voice. By day 3, Adam notices something strange. The cravings are weaker. The urge to scroll is still there, but it no longer controls him. And in the quiet, a new voice emerges. Not the voice of distraction, not the voice of instant pleasure, but the voice of clarity. It tells him things he has been avoiding, things he needs to fix, goals he needs to chase, habits he needs to build. And though it's uncomfortable, it feels powerful, because now Adam sees his life for what it really is, not through the lens of endless content, but through the lens of reality. The first victory. On the 7th day, Adam wakes up earlier than usual. He makes a cup of tea, sits near the window, and smiles. His phone is still there, but for the first time, he doesn't feel its pull. Instead, he feels calm, focused, alive. This is not the end of the detox, but it is the first taste of freedom. And this taste is addictive, but in the best possible way. Your reset ritual, and now it's your turn. You don't have to start with 7 days. You can start with one. One day of no distractions. One day of silence. One day of just being present. It will feel hard at first. Your brain will fight back. You will feel bored, restless, maybe even anxious, but push through, because on the other side of boredom is clarity, and on the other side of clarity is freedom. In the next chapter, you will see how Adam's mind transforms. After his detox, how his focus returns, how his creativity awakens, how his life becomes meaningful again. Because this journey is not just about removing distractions, it's about discovering who you truly are without them. Chapter 4, The Power of Stillness. A week has passed. Adam sits by the window, watching the morning light slowly creep across the floor. His phone is still on his desk, but it no longer feels like a chain. Instead, for the first time in years, he feels a strange and beautiful sensation. Peace. The quiet mind. When Adam goes for a walk now, he notices things he used to miss. The sound of birds, the texture of leaves under his fingers, the rhythm of his own footsteps. It's as if the world has turned from black and white into full color. And more than the world, his mind has changed too. It is quiet, but not empty. Quiet like a calm lake that reflects everything clearly. Thoughts come and go, but now he chooses which ones to follow. Focus returns. At work, Adam experiences something he hasn't felt in years. Deep focus. No more bouncing between apps. No more checking notifications every few minutes. He sits down to work on a project, and 2 hours pass like 10 minutes. When he finishes, he feels a wave of satisfaction. Not the shallow thrill of a meme or a reel, but the deep joy of progress. This is what dopamine was designed for. Not cheap rewards, but meaningful ones. The joy of simplicity. Adam starts enjoying simple things again. Cooking his own meals, reading a few pages of a book, talking with a friend without glancing at his phone. Even drinking water feels different because now he is present. This is the power of stillness. When you remove the noise, life becomes enough. And that is where real happiness lives. Rediscovering creativity. One evening, Adam finds his old guitar in the corner. It has been gathering dust for months, but tonight He picks it up, strums a few notes, and something awakens inside him. Memories of why he loved music. Memories of when life was slower, when he created just for the joy of it. He plays for an hour, not for likes, not for shares, not for anyone, just for himself. And when he puts the guitar down, his heart feels full, because this is what dopamine detox does. It makes space for a real passion to return. Conversations with the self. Silence also brings reflection. Adam starts journaling every night, not just about what he did, but about who he wants to become. At first, his words are scattered, but slowly, they turn into visions. A vision of a better life, a vision of stronger habits, a vision of a calmer, more focused, more powerful version of himself. And with every page, his confidence grows. Relationships transform. When Adam visits his parents that weekend, something feels different. He listens to them, really listens. No phone in hand, no divided attention. His mother smiles and says, "You seem calmer these days, happier." And Adam realizes dopamine detox is not just changing him, it is changing the way he connects with people. When you give people your full attention, they feel it, and it transforms relationships. Freedom feels different. One night, Adam allows himself to open his favorite app again, just to see what it feels like. He scrolls for 2 minutes, but something strange happens. He gets bored. For the first time ever, the endless feed does not excite him. And that's when he smiles, because he knows he is free. Dopamine detox has rewired his brain. He no longer craves the quick hits. He craves real life, the gift of stillness. And this, my friend, is the gift of stillness. When you detox, you are not just removing distractions. You are rediscovering yourself. You are teaching your brain to love effort, to love patience, to love being present. This is where power lives. The power to focus, the power to create, the power to choose. And now, Adam is ready for the final step, to live with intention. In the last chapter, you and Adam will learn how to reintroduce dopamine the right way. Because life is not about avoiding pleasure forever. It is about using pleasure wisely, as a tool, not a trap. And when you master this final step, you will not just detox for a few days. You will design a life where focus, peace, and joy become your default state. Chapter 5, Living with Intention. 2 weeks have passed since Adam began his dopamine detox. He feels lighter, sharper, calmer. But now comes the real challenge. Learning how to live this way, not just for a week, but for life. Because detox is only the beginning. The real goal is discipline. Reintroducing the modern world. Adam knows he cannot avoid technology forever. His job needs it. His life needs it. But this time, he will use technology on his own terms, not let it use him. So he creates a plan. 1. Scheduled social media. He checks his apps only twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. 2. No phone zones. His bedroom, his dining table, and his work desk become no phone spaces. 3. Focus work blocks. He works in 50-minute deep focus sessions with 10-minute breaks. No multitasking. No distractions. 4. Weekly digital Sabbath. Once a week, he has a full day with no screens. He goes for long walks, meets friends in person, and reconnects with real life. The wisdom of delayed gratification. Adam learned something powerful. Dopamine is not the enemy. Dopamine is what drives us to act. But when you delay it, when you make your brain earn it, the reward feels 10 times better. When he finishes a long project, then watches a movie, it feels incredible. When he spends a whole day focused, then enjoys a favorite meal, it feels earned. This is the secret of motivation. Pairing dopamine with meaningful effort. Building a life of meaning. Adam begins to design his days intentionally. Morning, silence. Exercise. Deep work. Journaling. Time with loved ones. Rest at night. He no longer feels like life is rushing past him. He feels like the driver of his own mind. And this, my friend, is what it means to live with intention, from distraction to direction. Remember the Adam from chapter 1? Exhausted, distracted, restless. Now picture him today. Calm, focused, smiling. He still has a phone. He still uses apps. But now, they no longer control him. He is no longer a slave to endless scrolling. He chooses when to engage and when to disconnect. And that choice makes him powerful. Your turn. And now it's your turn. Imagine waking up tomorrow without the constant urge to check your phone. Imagine sitting down to work and feeling fully focused. Imagine enjoying a simple walk and actually feeling alive. This is possible. This is real. And it starts with one choice, the choice to begin your reset. So here is your challenge. Take 24 hours. Turn off the noise. Put away the phone. Step outside. Sit with yourself. You will feel bored. You will feel restless. But if you push through, you will feel something even greater. Control. Control over your time. Control over your focus. Control over your life. And here, my friend, on The Storyteller, I leave you with this truth. You cannot control the world, but you can control your mind. You cannot stop distractions from existing, but you can stop them from controlling you. And when you master that, you master yourself. So start today. Take the first step. Write your own story. A story of clarity, discipline, and power, because your life is too important to live on autopilot. Choose to live with intention. Choose to create a life where you are proud of every day. And I promise you, your future self will thank you. And that, my friend, is the power of dopamine detox. If the story moved you, if it gave you clarity, or reminded you that you are capable of more, then don't let it end here. Share this message with someone who needs it. Leave a comment and tell me, what will be your first step toward taking back control? And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, because here on The Storyteller, we turn life's lessons into stories that help you grow stronger, think deeper, and live with intention. Your journey does not stop here. This is just a beginning. See you in the next story.